my dear little friends. Today we are going to read a classic tale, Alice in Wonderland, illustrated by Amanda Cullinan. So, let's start reading.
2, 1.
Alice was sitting with her sister on the grass by a river bank when a white rabbit ran past. "Oh dear, I shall be too late," said the rabbit. Alice followed the rabbit and found herself falling down a rabbit hole. "I must be getting near the center of the earth," thought Alice. Down, down, down. Alice was starting to fall asleep when, thump, she landed in a heap and the fall was over. She found herself in a hall lined with doors. Next to one of the doors was a glass table with a key on it. Alice tried the key in all of the doors, but it would not open any of them. Then Alice found a tiny door hidden behind a curtain. The key opened the door, but she could not fit through it. Alice went back to the table and found a little bottle labeled "Drink Me." When she drank it, she started to shrink. She was now small enough to fit through the door, but the key was on the table and she could not reach it. Then she spotted a small cake with "Eat Me" written on it. Curtains. "Curious and curious," she said. When she ate the cake, she grew so big, her hands hit the roof. Alice cried until there was a pool of tears all around her. Then the white rabbit ran past with a pair of gloves and a fan. The rabbit dropped them. When it saw Alice, she picked them up and fanned it herself. The fan made her shrink. Alice landed in the pool of tears. "I wish I had not cried so much," said Alice. There were a duck and a dodo, a lorry and an eagle, a mouse and several other creatures swimming in the water. Together, they all swam to the shore. "I think that a cactus race would get us dry," said the dodo. "What a cactus race?" asked Alice. "The best way to explain is it to do it," said the dodo. It marked out a race in a circle. They started running when they liked and stopped when they liked. When they were quite dry, the race was over. Everyone crowded around asking who had won. "Everybody has won and all must have prizes," said the dodo. Alice found some sweets in her pocket and handed them all around us prizes. Then she tried to tell them a story, but all the little animals ran away. Poor Alice was all alone again. Alice walked on and came to a caterpillar sitting on top of a large mushroom. "Who are you?" it asked. "I don't know," said Alice. "I have been changed several times." "Explain yourself," said the caterpillar. "I can't," said Alice. "I don't stay the same size for 10 minutes. The caterpillar crawled away from the mushroom. "The left side will make you grow taller and the right side will make you grow shorter," it said. "Oh, what?" Alice asked. "Of the mushroom?" said the caterpillar. Alice nibbled at the mushroom pieces and sure enough the caterpillar was right. Alice walked further and came to a tiny house. She used the right hand piece to grow smaller and she went inside. Inside, a duchess was singing to a baby. The cook was stirring some soup. "Why is your cat grinning?" asked Alice. "It is a Cheshire Cat," snapped the duchess, and she gave the baby to Alice. "I'm going to play croquet with the queen," said the duchess. Alice took the baby and walked outside. The baby grunted. It had changed into a pig. Alice put the pig down and started away happily. She saw the Cheshire Cat sitting in a tree. "Who lives here?" Alice asked. "A hatter and a March Hare," the cat said. "They are both mad people," Alice remarked. "We are all mad here," said the cat. Then it vanished. Alice found the March Hare sitting at a long table with the Hatter. and a sleepy dormouse. Why is a room like a willing desk? Asked the hare. I have no idea, said the hatter. I want a clean cup. They all moved on one place. Alice took the place of the March hare. Once there were three little sisters, Jan, the dormouse. They lived in a well and ate mollusks. I don't think, began Alice. Then you should not talk, said the hatter. How rude! This was the stupidest party I was ever at, cried Alice. At last, Alice found a beautiful park. The king and the queen of hatters came towards her with soldiers, guards, and the white rabbit. Can you play Concord? Roared the queen. Yes, Alice cried. It was all very strange. The balls were hedgehogs and the mouths were flamingos, and the soldiers doubled over to make arches. Soon the queen was in a temper, shouting, off with his hat! Off with her hat! Then Alice saw the Cheshire Cat. How are you getting on? It asked. They don't play fairly. Alice spoke up. Then the queen saw the cat. Off with its hat. But before the executioner could do anything, the cat had disappeared. The queen sent Alice to meet the dragon and the melancholy mock turtle. Once I was a real turtle, he said sadly. I went to school in the ocean. The mock turtle and the griffin showed Alice how to dance the lobster Wonderland. Then the mock turtle sang a song. Beautiful soap, so rich and green, waiting in a hot rain. Who for such that it would not stop? Soap of the evening, beautiful soap. Soap of the evening, beautiful soap. Pure, artful soap, beautiful soap. Soap of the evening, beautiful, beautiful soap. Suddenly someone shouted, the trill's beginning. Come on, cried the griffin. The king and queen of hearts were on their thrones in court, and the knave was under arrest. The white rabbit reached the auction. The queen of hearts, she made some tarts of a summer day. The knave of hearts, he stole these tarts and took them quite away. Just then, Alice had a very strange feeling. She was starting to grow larger again. Call the first witness, said the king. The hatter stood up. I am a poor man, he trembled, and I have not become my tea. Next witness, cried the king. The next witness was the cook. Give your evidence, said the king. Shan't, said the cook. Next witness. The king cried. The white rabbit read out the name, Alice. What do you know about this? The king asked Alice. Nothing, said Alice. That's very important, the king told the jury. Unimportant, your majesty means, said the white rabbit. The king scribbled in his notebook and read out. Rule 42. All persons more than a mile high to leave the court. Everybody looked at Alice. You just made that rule up, said Alice. It is the oldest rule in the book, said the king. Then it's out to be number one, said Alice. Consider your verdict. Then king said to the jury. Stands first verdict afterward, said the queen. The stuff and the nonsense, said Alice loudly. Off with her hat, the queen shouted. But you are nothing but a... Alice tried to beat off the cards and found herself lying on the bank with her head in her sister's lap. Some leaves had landed on her face. Wake up, Alice, said her sister. What a long sleep you have had. I have had such a curious dream, said Alice, and as the sun set, Alice told her sister about her curious, marvelous adventures in Wonderland. If you like my video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.